Good afternoon and happy Sunday to everyone. I am so glad to be here on Let's Talk About It with A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. Today, we have a show that is strictly, I don't want to say strictly because honestly, everybody could use some help with this topic. Today, we are talking about credit. I have Mr. Chris Moore, and I
Hello.
also have a husband and wife team. I just met them, but they are truly amazing. And I have Roger and Dolores. I can't pronounce the company name, and I'm not going to mess up the company name, but I will allow them to tell you a little bit about themselves. So we can go with Mr. Moore, or we can go with the power couple. So
we'll let the power couple go first.
Okay.
So our company is called Levioso Solutions. This is our official name, Levioso Enterprises, and we specialize in helping people in the area becoming financially literate, learning about how to structure their credit, how to restore their credit, and then how to use their credit to their advantage to increase their buying power.
How to leverage your credit.
Yeah. So we help people get funded for if they wanted to start a small business. We help people
achieve their dreams.
Yeah, if you want to buy a house, if you want to buy a car.
You can leverage your credit to achieve your dreams is basically what we're trying to teach. I mean, everything we've been taught from this point has been wrong. So
yeah, most of us, they don't teach you about money in school. That's just a fact. And so everything that we've learned about money, we've all learned at home, most likely from our parents, or just through trial and error, right?
Different time, different place.
Through making mistakes. And then we end up with a credit report, and it's like, well, what are we going to do? We didn't know anything about money, and when we were, spending money, getting credit cards, so forth. And so it's our goal to educate people in that area, so that way they can have more financial freedom.
True.
We lost volume. We can't hear you.
I do that every time. I promise you. I hit mute because I don't want my feedback to interrupt with your wonderful message. I'm going to do better with that. So, Mr. Moore, let's get your take on the part of the business that you operate.
Okay, so my name is Chris Moore. I'm a father of a 10-year-old. I started with my friend Roger and his wife Dolores, which y'all just met. And so basically what we did is we teach people how to become financially literate so that they don't make the same mistakes that their parents made and the parents before them made. Basically, somebody has to break the cycle. So our job is to teach you how to be the person that breaks the cycle and teach your kids and your grandkids and the generations after you how to be financially literate.
You're muted again.
Grace, together. I've been on vacation. Come back, I can't operate my studio. Jesus. My question today, and we talked about it a little before going live. What do you think will be the best practices, since some people are getting stimulus checks, others aren't? But if you're coming into money, what would be the best thing to do first?
Well, that depends. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would say number one, invest in yourself, but invest in yourself means fixing what you need to fix. I mean, if you got a 4 or 5, a 3, 4, or 5 on your credit score, begins with, you don't need to be buying nothing. I mean,
right.
I'm serious. You need to put that money in yourself, So
wow.
That would be number one. I mean, if it's 6 or 7, I mean, start putting your money where it would benefit you. I mean, what do you buy all the time? I mean, you buy cigarettes, go put money in the stocks and the cigarettes. You beer, same thing.
Yeah.
Coke, Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
Pepsi. I mean, Starbucks. That's what you drink. Invest in it. If you like it that much, you're spending that much money on it. Imagine how much it could make you if you put that money toward it.
Right. I mean, I would say, so for most people are struggling with credit, most people do need help restoring their credit to a place of where it should be. And so I would always say, invest in a program such as something like Identity IQ, where you can actually first access your full credit report, because most people don't even know what their credit report looks like. They don't know what's on it, and they don't know what it should look like. And so through purchasing or getting a monthly membership with a program like that, you can actually start to see the areas that you need work on. And then either invest in somebody helping you restore your credit, or you can do it yourself. That's like, you can totally do it do it for you.
I mean, you can do it by yourself. This is something that you can do on your own. The reason she said Identity IQ as well is Credit Karma is good. Credit Karma is free. You get what you pay for. Electronics, the same thing. You're going to go out and buy a $70 TV. How long is that TV going to last? Credit Karma will only give you a snapshot of what's going on. They're not going to give you the full report. You can go check it out right now.
Yeah.
Identity IQ will give you the whole, like, everything that's on there, which if you look at Credit Karma, you look on your credit report, and there's only like a couple of things here and there. Mm-hmm. But Identity IQ, you look at it, it has all your inquiries, all your collections, everything, and it's actually colored. So you can see what needs, work and stuff.
It's really useful. It shows you what names the 3 credit bureaus have for you. It shows you what addresses they have and what employers they have on file.
Pay attention. She's giving you a little bit of information now.
It's something like 86% of Americans have errors on their credit report.
Oh, wow.
86% of Americans find errors in incorrect information on their credit report, whether it be a misspelled name, whether it be an employer that they've never worked for, whether it be
old
addresses. And so getting access to that information,
like, I got junior on my name, I'm not a junior,
is the first step. Because if you find an error on your credit report, most likely that means you have accounts that have
illegal if it's error or erroneous.
It has incorrect information on it, so that debt can easily fall off because it's not you. Legally, it's not you. If your name is misspelled, that debt doesn't belong to you.
Let me take that away. You can be taken off your report.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have just taught me something that it's embarrassing to even say that I didn't know.
Well, did you know you should be checking your credit report more than you check your wallet?
Your bank account.
Your bank account.
Mm-hmm. I do that.
You lose $100, you're out $100, right? Okay, I can't get whatever. You lose 100 points. Imagine how much hurt that is.
It's life-changing.
And I didn't care about credit when I was a kid. I was stupid. They didn't teach us to care about credit. They taught us how to balance a checkbook. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. But I think we were taught that credit is dangerous, that credit is risky,
right?
To stay away from it, to not even bother with it. And if you do, get a credit card, only use it for emergencies. And if you do use it, make sure you pay it off completely at the end of the month when it's due. I think all of us were taught something similar to that.
Yeah, my mom taught me more. You need the credit when you want to get a house, and you need a credit to get a car and a credit card, and then pretty much once you get those 3 things, you really don't need it anymore.
But nobody,
that's just how older generation was. They didn't understand like all the nuances and stuff that you can do with credit now.
Now, I will say you want to pay your credit card off at the end of the month. You don't want that balance. But if you can't, then it's a what is it called? When you don't pay it off.
Interest.
That interest builds up. As long as it don't build up too much and you can knock it off at some point, you're good.
I would say something like pay your credit down, pay that card down 90%, and let that little 10% stay on there so you can continue to make small payments every time they're due, and it shows that you have good payment history.
Yeah.
When you're only paying on 10% of your debt.
Let me clarify that. I understand what she's saying. What she's talking about is what we were taught is if we're gonna have a credit card, to pay down to what do they say, 30%? They want 30 to 50% paid off, and that's not where it's supposed to be at. The maximum, the place where you want your credit to be at on your credit card is from 1 to 9%. From 1 to 9% is that growth period. That's that magic number where if you keep it there, your credit score will continue to soar just from keeping it at that point, 1 to 9%. So what is that? Like if you have a $100 card, that's like, 90 paid off, $10 on the card.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do the math on 500 and up from there, But I mean, that's what she's talking about. That's where it is. That magic number is 1 to 9%.
Wow. So to me, I guess I have a different experience than all three of you. Mine is, as soon as you get to a college campus, what's greeting you at the door? You have the people from Visa with their tent. They're giving everything under the sun. And you're a college student, you just want that. Like, real talk. You're going to give me a Visa check card and a water bottle and everything under the sun. I mean, if I knew then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have took all those, just free stuff. I probably could have went to the store and got on my own. But what is your advice for a college student that's dealing with that?
I'm going to speak first, and I'll let y'all speak next, because I never went to college. Okay. I went to the Universidad de Necesidad. That means the University of Necessity. The streets show, what is it called? They taught me. My parents taught me. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. But colleges, and this is just my personal opinion, colleges were meant to keep you down. They were brought and started to teach you something that's outdated. By the time you're done with college, whatever you're learning isn't going to be valid and up to date. Secondly, they're going to put you in debt. I mean, by all means, go to college if you want to. I tell my kids to go to college, but they don't have to if they don't want to. But at the end of college, you're in debt. How do you pay it off? They don't teach you how to take care of what you need to do. They say, go get a job. You don't need a job. You need to have your own business. They don't teach you that the structure of what's going on to make money for yourself and to get out of the rat race. They just want to keep you. I mean, even schools were taught or were built to put you in, what are those called? The assemblies, the assembly lines.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what schools were made for, but that's just my personal opinion. I'll let everybody else speak on that.
So I did go to college, and I'm actually in grad school. And for me, I went to a private university, first of all, for my first 2 years, and you can imagine how much debt that incurred. I was 17 years old. I knew nothing about student loans. I knew nothing about credit or how it worked. And Sallie Mae offers you a loan so you can pay off your tuition that first semester, and you don't really think past that point. And so I accumulated a lot of debt very early on. And so to college students, I would say, if you don't have to use student loans, try not to use student loans, apply for scholarships, get grants when you can. But in terms of credit, I would say don't get a credit card right off. It's best to try to go out and get a secured loan, correct?
Secured loan, yes.
To try to get a secured loan, not a secured credit card, a secured loan.
We'll talk about that in a second too.
Because that is a way of positively building your credit over time. And it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So that would be the advice I would give to a college student, to stay away from secured credit cards.
Chris got a life hack for those secured loans right there. What did you just say? You said something about that.
Hold on, man.
I also know how to get those student loans taken off your credit as well as bankruptcies and child support and foreclosures. Those can come off.
Now that's something new. Now you might have a customer out of me, because if you can master that, you got me for life. But I do, I'm glad that you were really, transparent about how you feel about school. I know there are some people, but that's partially why. Well, I'm gonna say partially. That is why my organization exists, because some parents don't know, and what you don't know, I can't fault you for, but I can teach you how to get this scholarship, and I can teach you how to go to school debt free. So
I like that. After you can do that, yeah. I mean, by all means, after we, especially with my children, I'm trying to teach them how to make money, right? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to build a legacy for my family as well as whoever else wants to learn. If you got money, go for it. Don't put yourself in debt, you know?
Right. I mean, that's what I was telling you before we came on. Like my team, we work hard.
Right.
From August to June, it's like no sleep till all my seniors got full rides. Like we're not leaving anybody behind.
That's amazing. That's what it needs to be. That's exactly how it needs to be.
See, I would tell my kids, build up a couple of businesses, let the businesses fund you going to school.
Exactly. And honestly, I know I probably shouldn't be plugging for my friend. He has an entrepreneur program that is for young people. And I want to say about a week ago, he did like an entrepreneur, kind of like a pop-up shop. And when I tell you those kids, they must have really impressed me because I'm still talking about them. But every kid had a booth. They was able to tell you what their product does. They was able to make money off of it. Most of them had cash apps. So shout out to Mr. Gordon. I think it's SH James Prep. Just look for his name, because what he does with those kids and that entrepreneurship is like, you know, you younger than me. I see the wheel for what you bringing in, you know. But it's a good thing. I'm glad that you said that that's something that you want to build with your kids. But let's run this back. You told me it's some program that you do that you can get student loans. Now that is like probably hindering every person of color on their credit. I mean, just call a spade a spade. So when they do they sign up with you, or do you provide classes?
Well, I have a program that you can sign up through, but we also have a book that you can buy. All this you can do by yourself. How do I explain it? I mean,
so most people,
you can do it yourself, and it's free to do by yourself.
Right. Most
but
people
it's time consuming.
Would just ask us to do it, to be honest, and they just say, "Hey, can you do it for me? I don't want to make mistakes," or they don't have the patience or the time to go through the process and follow all of the necessary steps when it comes to getting things off your credit report. But like you said, we do have an ebook that you can purchase where it gives you step-by-step instruction on how to do it yourself. But in terms of our financial literacy and what we teach, we've started a mentorship, and that's how we pass on that knowledge and that information. We help people start their own businesses, and then we guide them through that process as they're setting it up and as they're starting it.
I mean, you want the tea, I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But you got Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, right? The way I like to explain it is they're just a bat signal in the sky. You see the numbers, that's all they have. They're not ruled by the government at all.
They're not government agencies.
So what you do now is, where are they getting the information from? Well, there's secondary data corporations. There's hundreds of them, but there's 5 main big ones. They're ARS, SageStream, LexisNexis, Innovis, and CoreLogics.
Yeah.
And they're reporting your information without you asking them to report it. So they're not even supposed to be doing that. But go ahead.
No, I was messing with too much stuff. I'm sorry. That was a me problem.
No problem. So what you do at this point is, you opt out, you freeze them. So if they can't tell on you, and you tell you're running your credit, what's going to pop up? There's going to be some stuff that pops up, but not a lot. Right. Okay. I also have a hack on that. What I'm about to tell you as well, but I'll tell you that later on. Okay. So what you're going to do at this point is you're going to send them a letter, a 609 letter, and then you're going to tell them exactly what's going on. Hey, this isn't supposed to be there, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to talk to the CFPB. CFPB is the organization run by the government that looks after these people. So you ask them to provide, hey, I want that information. Why is it on my credit report? And they didn't provide. Within 30 days, CFPB comes in. They're going to tell them everything that wasn't verified, get them off.
Take it off. Yeah.
So that's that point right there. Yeah. Because the secondary data firms are frozen. Mm-hmm. All that stuff, most of the stuff will come off. Yeah. I mean, you can go more rounds after that, more 609s, verification of debt. You can have the Better Business Bureau. What else is there? I mean, FTC.
There's a lot of different ways to dispute things that are on your credit. But
it's a lot of letters. That's all it is. And you can find the letters online.
It's very interesting about those 5 data what do you call them? Data
bureaus.
Data bureaus.
They got
you know, if you, for instance, people who are trying to get an apartment, but they keep, let's say they have a conviction on their record, right? You can't get an apartment. Like, it's almost next to impossible to lease an apartment if you have a conviction on your report. If you freeze ARS, that's one of those data corporations. If you freeze them, now they can't. Whenever they run your credit check, they don't see that conviction pop up because they can't. Because you've taken away their power. You've told them, ARS, you cannot report my information anymore.
Man.
Evictions, convictions, repossessions.
So what you could do at this point right here, you could start your own business up. You know, you're the one telling these people, hey, I can get this off your credit, right? So then you turn around and let's say Chris is running he's building up a what is it called, an apartment complex. You know, I'm starting to send all my people down there because hey, I got like 100, 200 people that I can send to you that will pass your stuff and have good credit. And you don't even got to check them. You can check, the first 20. But as soon as you see the first 20, you're going to have to trust me, bro. And you're going to see all that stuff. You're going to see no convictions. You're going to see no evictions. You're going to see clean credit. So then I'm not even going to charge these people for getting the apartment. I'm going to charge Chris. That's how those apartment locators work. But they don't work this deep. So I become the guy that rents out the apartments to these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing with the vehicles.
All these people need a place. They got a place now. They need furniture. You go talk to the local furniture store. Hey man, I cleaned their credit. I can. They got a place. So now all I need to do is they need to get some furniture. If you come in and you give them $10,000 worth of furniture, man, I'm going to get a certain amount from you. That's another right there that you can turn around. That's 2 businesses that you just made off of somebody right here with clean credit.
Yeah, and see,
you're not charging these people, just to clean their credit, but you're not charging them anything else.
And see, they always say every millionaire has 7 forms of income.
At least.
It doesn't say you can't eat 7 times off the same plate. See, people are going to need a vehicle, right? So you're going to go get them a vehicle. You're going to have somebody in your pocket that you talk to, that you trust, you have a relationship with. You're going to have somebody that does houses, you know what I'm saying, that you have a relationship with. You're going to have somebody, that has a business where, gives us a platform to reach more people that we wouldn't have normally been able to reach. You did.
It doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop with the cleaning of the credit. An 800 credit score is good, right?
Right.
But what's the difference between an 18-year-old with an 800 credit score and a 40-year-old with 800 credit score?
Honestly, you got me like a loss for words because I'm learning.
It's the history. An 18-year-old coming in doesn't have no history. He's not going to be able to get nothing. But this 40-year-old has history. They might have kept it up the whole time. It's going to look good. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, after your credit's cleared, it got to be structured. You know what I'm saying? Just having that score doesn't mean nothing. Right. And see, nobody tells us this stuff. Oh yeah, go get an 800 credit score. Okay.
And honestly, I mean, it's amazing how it should be structured. You should have one name on your credit report. All 3 bureaus should have one name.
The same name.
You should have one address.
The and it same should be address.
Your current address. And you should have one employer. That is it. In terms of personal information, apart from debt and inquiries, that is what you should have on your credit report. And most of us, if we look, there's 2 or 3 different names. Those of us who are married, they probably still have your maiden name on there somewhere. They have 3 or 4 addresses for you, or 2 or 3 employers.
You can call up and get those fixed.
You can get all that. You got to
call them up. Hey, I want to tell them to fix it. If you had something at 123 Levioso Way, if all your bills came from there, from the past or whatever, well then use your mama's house. You know what I'm saying? Start getting your mail from your mama's house, at least during the credit repair process. Same thing. So that way it's a different address. Hey, that's not my address. I never lived there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So up it right there from your mom's address. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a relative. I mean, there's always loopholes and hacks.
Yeah, there's tricks. There's tricks.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be honest with all three of you all. The stuff and the work that you say needs to be done, I'll probably be one of those people to be like, look how much it costs. Where I sign up, I let you do it. You tell me when it go up. That's just, I mean, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So
I honestly don't want to mess it up. Like,
yeah.
I know me.
Structuring is something that they're looking at, and you have to have 10 positive items on your account, 1 to 3 inquiries. What else am I missing? What am I missing? Addresses, like she said. Yeah.
2 years of good payment history, like a minimum. It looks good to have it here.
I mean, but there's hacks for that too. You know what I'm saying? They want an auto loan on there. There's a place you can go online called swapalease.com. You get an auto loan from there. You get like if you go to swapalease.com, the cheapest car on there is a smart car. Now there might not be many now because everybody's doing this. But what you do, somebody else wants to get rid of their lease. You know, so what they do is they put it online and you take over. You know, you don't have to have a great credit score to do this. And also you can also make money off it. And I'll tell you how in a second. Actually, Chris.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get the swap lease. They'll drop it off to you. You pay the remaining back. You can hear me still. Whatever. It's like 150 to 200 something a month.
The monthly payment.
You know, so it's not that much. But like I said, you can turn around and make money on them. Chris,
I'm gonna tell him in a minute.
Talk about that one, Chris.
I'm gonna tell him how to make some money.
With that swap lease.
Hey, I'm waiting for them to when they want to know how to make money off of it. I'm ready.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all are familiar with it's a company called Toro.
No, not that one. The other one.
Which other one?
Okay. So what you're gonna do? So what you're gonna do with this, right? You're gonna get that car. Nobody wants to ride a smart car, right? Nobody does.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Chris in a smart car. It's not gonna work out. Look at my stomach in a smart car. It's not gonna happen.
No,
but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna put an ad, right? And I'm gonna talk to some business owners around the area.
Okay.
How many entrepreneurs we got in the area? You know what I'm saying? How many people are actually entrepreneurs here on this place? You know, on this call. You know, if I tell you that if I'm paying $200, right, for a month for this car, I'm gonna turn around to the entrepreneur and tell you, hey, $200, and I'll put you on the left side of my car for a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I'll advertise on the left side of my car. That's $200. He's already paid my bill. I'm gonna find another one to put on the right side. Another $200. And then I'm gonna put it on the back. That's $200, $400, $600. This has done paid me 3 times already now.
Wow.
It don't stop there. It don't stop there.
Since you're not driving that smart car, you know who's driving it, right? Like it's got these advertisements on. Somebody's got to be driving it. How many people out there want to work for Uber or want to work for Lyft but don't have a car, and they don't want to pay that extra fee, like the expensive fee that it costs to rent a car from Lyft or Uber? You can rent that car out to them.
Give me $200 a week and you can use this. You're getting paid more than that for Uber and Lyft. Just give me $200 a week and you can use it. Don't worry about it.
So
I'll get the insurance. Don't worry. You can use it. You know what I'm saying?
So you're making $300 off that one smart car, and your payment for the lease is $200 a month.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's paying for itself triple times over, and it's putting money in your pocket. That's what it's all about. It's about creating cash flow, which is money.
But it all starts with
the credit. You gotta get the credit.
Wow.
All 3 of us, our main focus is turning your liabilities into assets. Any and everything that you make a payment on, we can show you how you can get paid off of it. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. That's what we do. That's what we consider financial literacy, right?
No, you can't Google this.
You can't. Hey,
we weren't taught this. You know what I'm saying? It's all about just changing your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's scared. But Will Smith is the one that comes to my mind the most. He went skydiving for, I don't remember what it was. I think it was
his 40th birthday.
Yeah. And he was scared to jump out of that plane. But you know what's on the other side of risk?
Fear.
I mean, yeah, we know what's on the other side of fear. That risk is fear. You're scared to make that jump. But it's excitement. On the other side of risk and fear is reward. All the time. You know? Now, how big that reward is, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta look at it like this here, and this is something I always say: a lion cannot tell the gazelle how to get away because he'll never be able to eat them. So Google everything that we can tell you. You can walk in any bank and they'll give you the same information. They don't want to because they make money off the interest for people with bad credit. Does that make sense? So if you get a $25,000 car and you have a $25,000 or 25% interest payment, that's what four times 25. You're looking at about $8,000 right there in interest alone, just because you have bad credit, not because you did anything wrong or anything. Your credit score is not where it's supposed to be. So they're not going to tell you. You need people like us to come show you and help you and navigate. You know what I'm saying? It like once you get on that other side where the money's at, it's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life on the other side.
You know, he was talking about how the banks. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so you all are truly educating me. I'm sitting there like, okay, that's that.
He was talking about how the banks want your money. That's true. I mean, everybody says they can't, like I said earlier, everybody says they can't. I can't afford to start a business. I can't afford to fix my credit. I can't afford to invest in myself. You know, all it is just tightening up the belt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It don't take much money. It just takes a little bit. It takes that initial let's fix my credit thing. You know, whether you're paying it off, doing it yourself, or you know, or having somebody do it for you. That's all up to you. But it's that initial.
I got a question there, Roger.
What's that?
If I told you I had a winning lottery ticket and you knew the Powerball was at 500 million, how much would that winning lottery ticket mean to you?
5 cents. No, I'm just kidding. How much you want me to give you?
With the clean credit, we're giving you the power to win the lottery. We're giving you a winning lottery ticket. And all we're saying is, hey, this is how much this winning lottery ticket is going to cost. If you want to win the lottery, this is what it's going to cost.
100%.
Exactly. That's it.
You know, he was talking about how the banks want your money. That's a whole nother story.
Whole nother business.
We could talk about that. But that reminded me of the how to structure your credit. Mm-hmm. You know, one of them, like I said, was what was it? The smart card. What was it? Swap lease. One of them was swap lease. Okay, so there's your car payment. After you're done, it's going to go on you as a paid off car. The second thing you can do is go to the banks and pull out a secured loan. Chris, do you know that how to do that secured loan process?
No, not yet. That's okay. What I'm working on this week.
Can you tell them about the secured loan process? What to do?
I mean, you pull out a secured loan, and then they say it's best to go to a smaller bank, right? A local bank, and get a secured loan for whatever you have. Let's say you have $1,000. You pay them that $1,000, and they give you a secured loan for $1,000, right? Take that $1,000, and then you're going to go to another bank, get another secured loan for $1,000 from them with the money that you got from the other bank, and then you're going to repeat that process a third time, right? So now you're going to have 3 accounts reporting on your credit report. They're reporting to all 3 credit bureaus. You're going to take that money, you hold on to it from the third loan.
For at least 3 to 5 months at least.
3 to 5 months. Then after 3 to 5 months, you go back to that first bank, you use that $1,000 and you pay it down 90%. So you're leaving $100, right? You're leaving $100 that's still going to be reporting to the credit bureaus on that loan.
First of all, you go back and before these 3 months pass, you pay them down to 90%.
Yeah.
And then the 90%, when you have that 10% in there, remember we were talking about for 1 to 9%. That's what you want to leave it there for at least 3 months. That 10. What is the monthly rate going to be on $100? Like $5, $10, something like that.
Yeah.
That you're going to be paying. So you're going to be paying that $10 a month for 3 months. On month 3, you're going to go pay off loan number 1. On month 4, you're going to pay off loan number 2. And on month 5, you're going to pay off loan number 3. That's 3 positive accounts they put on your credit. And what did I say? We need 10. We have 3 plus the swap lease. I mean, and then you got another 2 that you can put on rent reporters and rental karma. All that is if you let's say you've been living at home. I don't care. you tell them, say, hey, I've been living at home. I've been paying my rent for 10 years. And they're going to ask who's the landlord. You're going to fill out the paperwork. They're going to send it in. Well, your mama or whoever's living with you, your auntie, your sister, your brother, whoever is going to be on there. And they're going to write it out. Hey, he's paid me at least for the past, 5 years. They're going to report 2, but they're going to put 10 on your account. That's another 2 more right there. So what are we at? 6, 8?
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah. I mean, and then there's other hacks for the other last 4. I mean, they used to be jewelry companies and finger hut you can do, and just you take out you pay something for $100, they'll put like $5,000 worth of product on your credit. They'll say, hey, you have this much to spend. You're not going to spend that much. Please, by all means, do not. But because you opened up the account, they say you have this much that you can spend.
Yeah, $5,000 limit. But buy something for $100, pay it off slowly over a span of 5 to 6 months, and there's another positive account, and you're only probably paying about $5-10 a month. Yep. But it's reporting positively to all 3 credit bureaus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean that's
taking me to school. I'm sitting there trying to do it in my head, like, okay. But in all seriousness, I guess that would be something you all would be doing, because if I hire y'all, I promise I'm just gonna be like, what's the verdict?
We have no problem with that.
On top of that, I mean, we haven't even gotten to the trade lines yet.
Yeah.
Also, you do trades as well?
No, trade lines. Okay, so what you, Chris?
I got the trade. I got this.
You want to talk about it? All right, go ahead.
I got this. The simplest way to describe the trade lines, right? So the bureaus are like a principal, because you said you work with the students, the youth. So I'm gonna put it with the youth. So the bureaus is the principal, and everybody, all of us are students. Your credit report, your credit report is your report card. So basically, all we're doing is trade lines. Is I'm putting you, if I have a credit card and I've been paying on it for 10 years, have perfect history, I can put you as an authorized user. So basically, every payment I made on my credit card now shows up on yours. So basically, I'm letting you use my report card to show the principal. I don't know if that makes sense. So basically, yeah. So you can the more people with good credit, the more trade lines you're on. It's just more and more that adds to your. So
now your credit's good. You have your accounts. Now they want to see that you have money, right? They want to see that you're good with money. The history. That's where them trade lines come in. That's the last thing to do. The last thing. They want to see, like I said, maybe he has $20,000 on that card and it's been sitting great for the past 10 years. I need history. I'm going to put that on. He's going to put me on for 1 month. It stays on my account for 45 to 90 days. As soon as it hits, that's when I go apply for funding. They want to see that, and it's going to maximize your funding.
Yeah, it shows that you have 10 years of good payment history just by being an authorized user on his credit card. And that doesn't mean he has to give you a credit card.
Yeah, you don't have access to my card. You're on the payments.
Right.
So this is stuff that probably has been going on for years. It's just our community's just now catching up.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%. Think about it like this. And I mean, you always had that friend. I'll say it like that. You always had that friend that mommy and daddy were taking care of. Right. They didn't tell you how they were taken care of, but they were spending mommy and daddy's money, right?
Right. Yep.
That's how it's happened.
Yeah.
I got a method where I can get 10 to 15 credit cards with only 5 inquiries.
Yeah.
What the what? You might be watching this replay.
I can show you.
All day.
Prada, anything designer for free. Now we're getting a little technical here, but all we're doing is we're doing what the business has been doing all the time and moving the money around. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a process called manufacturer spending. But there's a way that you can do that is moving it around. You're maximizing your credit card points. That's why you get 15 cards, right? Not max them out. So you can keep on flipping it. And you can use that credit, your good credit. If I can get 15 cards, how much money do you think they're going to give me? It's quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm saying $20,000 is going to be in there somewhere. So you're going to get more than $20,000. You're not going to get these $500. You're not going to get these $5,000 cards. You're going to get the big one. So at this point, now we've created a pillow. So in case anything happens, the recession happens, Corona happens, we don't need to work again because we got our jobs because of the good credit. We're leveraging our credit to bring income to us because we got businesses now. You can invest in yourself. You're using credit card points to pay off your toilet. You can get, toiletries for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody's teaching this. How many times have you heard on TV or somebody, that friend, let's say that friend talk about, man, I'm going to liquidate my credit cards or I'm going to liquidate this asset. Well, tell us how to do it. We know how to do it.
We didn't know what that meant, right?
Honestly, I'm a doctoral student. I don't know what that. I'm like, what do you mean?
Right.
Siri, what does that mean?
Exactly. We were not taught, and it's because our parents didn't know. It's not that our parents didn't want to teach us, right? But if they weren't taught about credit and so on and so forth, that becomes a generational, pattern that gets passed down. And so learning about how to be financially literate is where all the power lies.
Just dropping gems.
That is where it's all, of course. I mean, you work to try to get people to college, debt free. But we all know that knowledge is power, right?
Right.
But something that we weren't taught that's true is that credit is also power. That it's your buying power.
Everybody says cash is king, right? Okay. Well, if cash is king, credit is power, but knowledge is God.
Right.
Okay, I see you. That's a good one. Our time. Y'all done dropped so much knowledge. I ain't realized we almost at an hour, but I pay the bills here, so it doesn't matter. But I did have a question. Like, what do you think as like is Robinhood far as investments is like what would be your go-to investment if you were thinking of someone investing money?
You want to answer that? You would answer that.
You can answer it.
Okay, my advice to you would be going into the terms and conditions. Read about how much they're going to charge when you make your withdrawals. My personal opinion, I use Fidelity, but Fidelity's for me. Robinhood is good when you're starting out. I mean, each and every one has their own different thing. But I looked at if I'm going to make a mass withdrawal. Let's say I became a millionaire overnight.
Hey, I want that.
How much am I going to get charged? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me, Fidelity was the one that was the cheapest by far.
And then for me personally, my brother's an investment banker, so I go through his company. Yeah, I know the Acorns is good, the Fetch is good. What's the other one? I know E-Trade is really good. I know if you try to do day trading, E-Trade is really good. You can actually, they have it set up where you can buy like penny stocks. So you can invest $1 and buy $1 worth of stocks that are worth a penny, and then you can automatically sell them when they hit $1.25. So whatever that difference is, that automatically comes to your bank. So you can set it up where you technically can't lose. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not telling you to do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not a finance guy. I'm just saying they have it set up where you can buy like $10 worth of penny stocks and then sell them when they hit $1.50 or something like that. So that's just a personal preference.
Give me a second.
Okay. I guess to me, I'm asking more so because that's the trendy thing now. Everyone is into stocks.
The main thing is you have to learn before you earn, or you're gonna keep taking the L's. And that's just real. I get on TikTok sometimes, and somebody's like, "Hey, we're about to release this cryptocurrency, and it's gonna come out at 0.0001 cent. If you invest $1, when it hits, you're gonna be a trillionaire or something." I'm like, man, no, that's how you get scammed. See, because people don't realize, even though it's only $1, if you take $1 from 100 million people, you still made $100 million.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize that. That's why I'm like, no, sir.
That would be kind of hurtful. Like, I mean, but there are scammers that are out there doing that, you know, and, you know, hey, you know, would you like to make this? You know, you put this in, you get this out. And that's honestly on a lot of pages. Like they comment on pages
everywhere.
Yeah, how does $3,000 sound, or how does this sound? I'm not scamming you for real. And I'm like, really? You know, that, I mean, desperate means calls for desperate measures. I guess I can say it that way.
Yeah.
So, you know, you think you're gonna make a lick out of something easy, that's what you're gonna do. And you know, our people are we just train to do the easiest way possible sometimes. And
that's why I always say you have to learn before you learn. If you don't know what you're talking about, you can't. I can tell you to go. Prime example, everybody here has heard of Enron, right?
Yeah.
If you didn't do your research on Enron and you didn't know how they was cooking the books, you put all your money in that stock, and all of a sudden you have no money left, and there's really nobody to blame because
that's on you.
That's true.
I mean, like I guess my mom always taught us, my mom and dad, because they were like still a joint lesson to me. But boss sense is the best sense. They used to always tell us that experience is the best teacher. And so it's you know, that's why I was honest with y'all. I was like, look, y'all gonna see my credit. Y'all gonna be like, what did you do?
Did you forget my university where I graduated out of?
I'm sorry.
I said, you forgot my university, right? The Universidad de Necesidad. The University of Necessity. I'm, you know, like you said, I learned off of experience, you know. So
Hey, and by the way, I have an associate's degree that is a paperweight right now. I'm using it.
This was my university, guys.
Hey, you learned a lot of stuff that I definitely know I'm not cut out for. I'm not military like that. I can't wake up early and be like on the go like y'all. So I appreciate your service. I really do. And Chris, don't underscore your degree. I mean, a degree is a degree.
I agree.
No, I get it. I have my degree is in business accounting, and because it's an associate's, it's not. It's an accounting degree, right? Like you can't get an accountant if you don't have your full accounting degree. So I have an associate, so I'm not downplaying the degree, but I just can't get an accounting job because I don't have a full accounting degree.
I gave you a link for that Identity IQ that we was talking about, our ebook, and then if you want to sign up for credit repair.
Okay. Did you drop the link in the chat?
In the private chat. I don't have access to the chat for some reason.
Okay. I'll make sure I go on there, and then I guess you and your wife can do parting words, and then Chris will follow. Okay. Unless you got another topic, because y'all teaching me some stuff today. I'm like, wait.
Let me know what you want. If there's a way to make something happen for everything. Trust me.
Hey, do you want to dabble in the Turo a little bit, or do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about Turo, it's about getting your credit fixed first.
Okay, all right, we can do. I'll just give him a little skim over the top real quick, right? I'll give him a little skim real quick. All right, so our goal is to make, like we said earlier, we want to turn your liabilities into assets, right? Your car note is going to be one of your biggest liabilities, your car note and your mortgage. So there's a company called Turo. It allows you to rent your car out. So what you do is, you set up your little account or whatever. Turo, they make sure the person has insurance and license and stuff. So you're just giving some random stranger your stuff or whatever. I know people don't feel comfortable giving your car to random people. You set up a meetup spot, a time. They pick it up. Whoop-de-woo. They give you the cash. Most cars go anywhere between, I want to say, $100 and $150 a day, something like that.
Yeah.
There's cars as low as $35 a day on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Old cars too.
I'm doing mine at 75.
I guess I like the fancy stuff then.
Yeah, no, you're right. They got old cars too.
And so what they do is these people actually pay you to ride around in your car, and then so say you have $55 a day or $50 a day times 30 days. How much is that? That's more than your car note.
And I mean, you set it up to where your car is only available to rent when you're not using it, right?
Yeah, you can black out dates.
Yeah, you control the days that it can be rented and the times that it can be rented. So it does give you a lot of control. I've been renting my car out on Turo for, I don't know, for a month or two. And it took me, I made my first $1,000 after like 5 or 6 rentals. And so it's really, it's easy to use, it's user friendly, and it's a great way to start increasing your cash flow.
Yeah. And then, like I said, it turns your something that you were making a payment on into something that's generating money for you.
And one of those, I mean, a lot of, you can create a business out of that in and of itself. Once you get your credit structured properly and you can restore it to where it needs to be, it makes it easier to get cars, right? To buy a car, you can rent them out, buy another car, rent that out, right? And so you can kind of build up your inventory over time. But again, that all starts with having that good credit. But yeah, I've been very successful with renting my car out through Turo, so that is another means.
We can teach you how to open up your own credit business as well.
Yeah,
that's part of
everything we do. Yeah,
that's part of the mentorship.
Yeah.
Wow. You say you teach me how to do it. Now I don't need to add anything else to my plate right now. Right now I don't. Not right now. But I have truly enjoyed being taken to school because I like to learn. I feel like if I don't learn something a day, my day is wasted. But truly, the credit is a definite for our community. Like, we were taught like briefly, but I wish somebody would have talked to my 18-year-old self that was just signing up. Like, I don't know if you all remember, because I don't know how old you are, but the CD clubs, I think I had every CD club possible.
Love your house.
What was it? Columbia had like 10 CDs for 1 cent. BMG,
15. 12 for 1 cent. Yeah.
I just accidentally didn't pay him. I mean, that was the things I had. And then I had the credit people, that wanted to give you the hat, the t-shirt, or you could get a free meal. College students, your eyes light up because you don't want to eat in the cab.
True.
So all this stuff, I'm so glad that you are sharing, because I have, like I said, they might not be watching it right now, but they will definitely watch the replay. And so many nuggets that you dropped, I might go back and watch the replay myself. Because I'm like, I need to write that down. I need to do this. And I did put your information in the chat. So if they are watching, they still would see it as well. Like, I took it out the private chat and put it on the comments. So that way, like, look, we got to help our people with this. And before we close, and I want to hear everybody's answer to this, because we can't stress this enough. As people are getting their stimulus, they're about to get money for kids and other things that are coming down the pipes. What would be like the ultimate thing? And I know one of your answers probably gonna be invest, because we had a discussion earlier and we was like, people buying TVs, people doing this, people doing that.
Yeah.
Like, what would be the number one thing like that you really want to leave with them before we sign off that they should do? Because I'm going
to if you're getting another stimulus, you should invest in yourself. But by investing in yourself, I mean take care of your credit. Yeah. Pay off what you need. Get someone to fix it yourself. Because let's say you get, what is the stimulus at? $2,200?
$2,100 around there.
$2,100. You get $2,100 and you fix your credit. You got an 800 credit score. Let's say it's 720. But you structure it the way we told you. Imagine how much more money you can get just from investing in yourself. Like I said, them credit cards, they ain't gonna be no $5,000 credit cards. They could be bigger.
An 800 credit score has more purchasing power than $100,000 in cash.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I didn't know if I knew that. Has more purchasing power than $100,000 in cash.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say, get a credit monitoring system so you can access your report and without it harming your credit score. And then definitely either fix your credit yourself, which I think we dropped the link to our ebook. I did. Do that. Or, get somebody to fix it for you. That is you're the best investment that you could make in yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't do it yourself, remember.
Remember I said earlier about the winning lottery ticket. You can be the winning lottery ticket.
Imagine how much money you're losing right now with bad credit.
Yeah.
Your percentage rates on your car, your what else? I mean, your job. Do you know how many places check credit when you go to apply to a job? Oh no, you can't get it because you're a liability.
You can't work at a bank if you have below a certain credit score.
Yep,
that's facts.
Yeah.
You can work in security, anything, cyber security, anything.
Makes it really hard to, buy a house, much less even rent, right? It makes it hard to rent. They take your credit for that. So you're
the highest security deposits because you have to when you're renting and stuff. And
So you're really spending a lot more than it costs to fix your credit by having bad credit.
I mean, I had Santander. I know they hit me up with 20 different inquiries just to find that one, and then my percentage, my interest rate is the same amount of inquiries they did, like 22%. You know what I'm saying?
28%.
See what I'm saying? So, I mean, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hurt. That's why you get rid of that. That's why you fix your stuff. That's why you put that money for you.
I'm all in on it because I'm looking at stuff like mentally that I have. I mean, I guess I'm on the right track because at least I'm owning that it is an issue. Mm-hmm. But then I do use some of the credit monitoring things that you mentioned. It's not a bad score, but it could be better. I mean, if I can. Yeah. Like, it's not bad, but it could be better.
No, it's all good.
I'm all for it. Is there anything that you would like to tell people that are watching on the various sites? Like, do you have your contact information? Do you have a website? Or just follow the link in the chat is pretty much what you want people to do?
That's where the everything goes to. That's our company and everything. I think there's a spot in there for notes. If you want to talk about the mentorship, I mean, that's like I can give you all that information about Toro and all that stuff there.
Okay.
We can get people in the trucking industry after the credit's fixed. Yeah. Trucking, Toro, and
wow.
I can show you how to make money off being in the trucking industry without even having a truck.
Yeah. I need to learn that.
That's a billion-dollar multi-billion-dollar industry. There is money to be made.
Wow.
But that's, like I said, that's all part of the mentorship.
But yeah, I mean, if they follow the links that we dropped in the chat, and if they want information, a little more information, you go to info@leviososolutions.com. And I know that's crazy, but it's spelled just like it looks, Levioso.
Solutions.
Yeah, solutions. So.
Okay. Well, I truly, truly do appreciate the three of you all giving me your Sunday. I think it was like a Monday. I was like, hey, we got to get y'all on because this is information I've been looking for. Yes, so, especially because, like I said, I help my scholars, and now that they're straight, I'm trying to help the parents. So everybody's winning. But I truly appreciate you, Mr. Moore, you, Mr. Roger, and Ms. Dolores for giving us your time today. I know you're probably going to have questions on the replay. There aren't any now because they're probably looking like me. They're probably looking
the recording too, please.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I definitely will. I will send you the YouTube link once it posts, and also, like I said, it's on our business page on Facebook, which is Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. And like I said, I appreciate this knowledge because for one time I'm just left speechless, like, oh goodness, I learned this, I learned that. Even some of the acronyms that you use today, I've never heard before. So
Consumer Finance Protection Bureau.
Yes.
BBB, Better Business Bureau, FTC is the Federal Trade Commission.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let me know. I got you.
Thank you, because this has been truly a blessing.
Repair is nothing but laws. That's all it is, and you find out what laws it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh wow!
You're just knowing your rights.
Knowing your rights.
Yeah.
Which, again, something that we should have been taught since we were small, but they don't want us to know.
In lots of different areas, right?
Exactly.
Not just finance. It's important to know your rights.
You know how to get out of the car. You know what I'm saying?
but yeah.
Wow.
So.
Definitely been taken to school today by you all, and I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us on. We
Thank you.
enjoyed our time.
Do this again.
Oh, definitely will. So as you heard it today, we had a valuable lesson in credit. Even I learned a lot of valuable acronyms. I would definitely be in touch with them because I got things that I need taken care of like yesterday, and I believe they know what they're doing. Me, it'll just look like a bunch of pages. So totally trust them. But please invest in them. I am a proponent for people getting their stuff and investing in themselves. And this is truly a good investment that I think you should take part in. So thank you for watching us today on Let's Talk About It. Today is strictly finances. I'll probably have them on again in the near future to talk about it again, just in case we forgot. Because I know sometimes we fix ourselves and we wind up back somewhere we don't want to be. But I pray it don't, but just saying.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, and I thank my guests. And we'll see you on Wednesday on HBCU House Party, where we raise funds for our HBCUs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.